Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our bus service combined graduation ceremony. If you could kindly stand, I would like to introduce our Metro Transit Police Color Guard for the presentation of the colors. Okay. Okay, so can you? We will be welcoming our graduates, so please remain standing. Thank you. So if everyone can kindly remain standing, I would like to introduce our Metro Transit Police Color Guard for the presentation of the colors. Good morning, everyone. My name is Elmer Coppage, Director of Bus Training. I will be your Master of Ceremony today. I am honored to welcome you to the Metro Bus Service graduation ceremony. We are delighted to announce that we have an exceptional program planned for you and your enjoyment. The graduation ceremony, as we all know, is one of the most memorable events in anybody's life. And as I look back at these extraordinary individuals' accomplishments, I'm proud that they are now becoming a part of the Metro team, and they will play a major role in our success here at Metro. So without further ado, I would like to introduce our first guest speaker. His name is Gregory Edwards. He is the Vice President of Bus Transportation.
And you may be seated. All right, good morning, all. Good morning. As stated, I'm Greg Edwards. I'm the Vice President of Bus Transportation, and I bring you greetings from my manager, Mr. Leroy Jones, who's the Senior Vice President of Bus Services. I want to welcome you all here today for what we consider a very momentous occasion, and really recognize, before I say a few words, the candidates and their families right away. Quick round of applause. We also have today a cohort of 5 transit field supervisors that are participating in this ceremony, 5 division depot office managers that I believe are in the building, but maybe also looking live as they're finishing up their requirements. And then we also had 10 non-passenger bus line platform instructors that we transitioned through a program to move to the next steps of their career. So give all of those folks a round of applause. I welcome you all to the Metro family on behalf of more than 2,400 bus operators that I represent, the dedicated professional leaders of bus transportation. Some are in this room. Please stand and be recognized. Our leaders of the division, directors, please stand and be recognized. Our local 689 and 922 leadership, please raise your hand, just recognize. What a momentous day it is for so many reasons. Congratulations to the bus supervisors that are coming in, completing their training as well today. Lead by example. That's what the simple message that I'll give to you. Lead by example. It's not your position that matters, but it's how you make people feel. And we got to make sure that we do that as leaders in the organization. I'm indeed excited today as you embark on your new journeys and blaze new trails in what can become a remarkable career. Metrobus this year celebrated 50 years of service to all in this, and everyone in this organization has, for the last year, been working to build a better bus. Metrobus celebrated 50 years of service to this region. Thanks to the reinventing and visionary leaders such as our GM and CEO, who's not here with us today, Mr. Randy Clark, and our Chief Operating Officer and their remarkable team for envisioning a better bus network for the region. What a novel idea. You all represent the greatest possibilities of bus and what bus can be. We held many better bus events over the last 6 months that's gone great. I found really key in some of those initiatives, the artist that was there and what they were depicting and what they were putting on these sheets of paper that turned out to be a story about Metrobus and how our customers felt about the service that we deliver. They said simple things. I want a clean bus. I want the bus to be safe. I want it to be on time. But I'll tell you what stood out to me. What stood out to me is one comment about being thankful for a bus that connects them, our customers, to the city and the possibilities that can be. That's what you all represent today. And we gotta walk out of here knowing that you connect this region to life's possibilities. Welcome to the job as civil servants. When you look up in the dictionary what a civil servant is, they talk about a firefighter or an EMS person, a police officer. Guess who provides that opportunity for those careers to get to where they need to be, to the hospital? We have the D6 bus that goes to Sibley that provides ridership to those customers that need to get there. You provide life's opportunities. You'll see some concerns as you go along the way, and I want you to remember the training that you've gotten and make sure we don't pass stops, because those people that are waiting, they're trying to go to life's opportunities, the opportunities that you're going to provide. You'll encounter people who simply cannot pay the fare for whatever their reason, but just like you were able to make it to that job center or make it to that job fair and fill out that application and sign your name and say, I want to work for Metro, they're looking for that same opportunity. Help them with life's opportunities, life's possibilities. That's what we're looking for from you today. Is it a huge task? Yes, but you got help along the way. I showed you the managers who are here, the leaders that are here. We're all here to help you do exactly that. Yesterday, you were operator candidates. Today, you are civil servant operators for this region. You're responsible for providing the safe, dependable, and efficient service to all in this region. There's no going back. There's no going back. You said you wanted to do this. Be on time, do what you're asked, and let's make sure that we represent this region well. The last thing I want to say is onward, forwards to our families, and welcome to the Metro team. Civil servants, welcome to the best ride in the nation. That's all I got. We'll view a short video here before I call up our Chief Operating Officer.
Welcome to the DMV. Three diverse places, hundreds of distinct cultures, one region interconnected because of Metro. For the most powerful lawmakers and the tiniest children, or the essential workers who fuel our economy, and the tech giants who envision our future. For those who choose us and those who rely on us, Metro brings life to our region, and Metro brings our region to life. We connect workers to jobs, students to schools, families to fun, citizens to culture, and talent to the world. Our fast network connects people to possibilities wherever our trains, buses, and access fleet go. Metro accessibility helps determine where people choose to live, how they choose to play, and where businesses large and small choose to locate. We're more than a transit system. We're an influencer, a music venue, an art gallery, a style icon, a part of the local community, and a way that people define themselves. A system for the people, of the people, and by the people, benefiting customers and non-customers alike. Because of Metro, we all enjoy less gridlock, greater economic opportunity, and cleaner air. For more than half a century, Metro has been a part of the rich tapestry that keeps our region thriving and healthy. As we expand, adapt, and transform to meet the needs of a changing world, join Metro and experience all the services we have to offer as we continue to create connections throughout the DMV.
Connection to life's possibilities. Okay, thank you. Up next, our Chief Operating Officer, Mr. Brian Dwyer.
Hey, folks, good morning. It's a pleasure to have you all here today. And I'll tell you, I've got a
couple of degrees, and I can think of my own graduations that I undertook. I haven't attended many graduations that are more inspirational than the bus operator graduations here at Metro. I'm fairly new here. I haven't even been here a year, so I want to take no credit for those. I think Metro is one of the only agencies I've been exposed to who really does this right, who really takes a moment to say, hey, our frontline employees matter to us, and we want to recognize you and all the hard work you do. I would say to all of you that I am a former train operator. I drove a train in Boston for about 3 years. I worked for the agency for 24 years. So didn't drive a bus, which I think is a far more difficult position, but I would tell you that because I know what it's like to be a frontline employee. I know what it's like to work a bad schedule. I know what it's like to sometimes deal with customers who aren't too pleased. I know what it's like to be on the radio with the control center when you may not be on the same page with them. And I say all that because I think this agency, now, in addition to my work at the T, I was a consultant for about 12 years before I came here, and I was an APTA safety reviewer. So I've had really an interesting opportunity. I'm an old guy, obviously, with the white hair, but I've been around a bit. I've been on property at about, you can laugh at me being an old guy, it's true. I've been on property at about 40 different places. And I would say that the training that bus operators get here is unparalleled. And I'd really like to call out Elmer and all of his training team for the work they do. Because I would say, for them, it's not just a job, it's a vocation. These people care very much about you individually. Not just because, you know, I was joking around with Greg when you were all lined up out there. He said, hey, all I'm looking at is less drop trips here. It's perfect. But these folks care about you as people. And they don't care about you when they're candidates. They will care about you your entire career. And I could name off the top of my head the 10 instructors I had when I was coming up through the T. Whether it was the people who first broke me in, the people for recertification, the instructor who might tap you on the shoulder and say, hey, Brian, you could do this a little better. These people are some of the most important people you will ever deal with professionally in your life, and they care about you. And I'm very glad Greg called out some of the bus management staff who were in attendance today, because they do too. And now they're your partner, and they are going to do everything they can to make your job the best that it can be. And I'll tell you, folks, we have a compact with you as WMATA. You know, many of you have family members here today. Well, I would tell you, in my MBTA experience, the people I worked with, they got to be my family. And when I left the T, I almost had withdrawal for a year because I just missed the folks I got to know and work with every day, and who cared about transportation like I did, and cared about the people we carried, and cared about the people that we worked with. And pardon me, Greg mentioned this. I would be remiss if I also didn't call out our union partners from Local 922 and from Local 689. I am a proud retired member of Local 589, which is the ATU union in Boston. And I get a pension because I was a member of 589. So I mean, I really, and my dad was a union president. I really understand kind of what the union does for you folks, and trust me, you will too. And I would say Barry and I and Ray joke around about this a lot. Look, management in the union doesn't always get along about everything. And that's okay, because I think if we did, neither one of us would be doing our jobs. But I think we all do try to be decent people. We all know what it's like to be frontline staff. We all care about you as an employee and as a union member, and we always work together to try and make sure we're doing the right thing by you. I want to go back to one thing Greg said with regards to your training. Look, you receive world-class training, and I think very quickly coming to work, you're going to realize that. Please, in the pell-mell of every day, don't forget that training. Just what Greg said, don't forget that we're out there bringing customers to, you know, their opportunities, to their life, to their job, to their medical appointments, to critical things they have going on. I grew up in a house full of 10 in South Boston when I was a kid. I grew up on a bus route. We had one, I was gonna use a bad term, one crappy car, and my father took it to work every day. If it weren't for the fact that the number 11 ran by my house, my mother couldn't get to work, and my brothers and sisters and I couldn't get around. So I think all of us probably appreciate the criticality of that. Don't forget that. And do yourselves a favor. Don't rush. Don't don't speed. Just obey the rules the best you can. And I would also say this, I used to give this this advice to folks when I was coming up as a supervisor at the T. If you encounter something, if something comes up, tell somebody, let us know. Tell your story first. Trust me, in the long run, you're better off, and I think the veracity of what you folks say versus other people would rather hear about that. But look, we invest that training in you because we care about you and we care about our customers. So just don't forget everything. And I would also say, talk to your management staff. Talk to each other. I still keep in touch with the people I drove with. These people were, I got on as a kid, so they were all older than me. They were some of the most impactful people I ever had in my lives. So it's really critical to kind of build that rapport. And look, driving a bus isn't always the easiest job in the world. If you want to be a bus driver for your career here, we are so happy to have you. Do it the best you can. I guarantee you that we will support you in the best way we can. If you want to go beyond bus driving, feel free to. We have many, many opportunities, whether it's within bus operations or the agency writ large, to get involved in things. Greg and I were both, frontline employees at other properties. Greg worked down in Atlanta. Leroy Jones, who's not here today, talk about a guy who needs a vacation, the senior VP for bus operations, he worked his way up through the track department. Our general manager is on his third agency. He's worked in management jobs throughout the industry. So I cannot tell you how happy we are to have you here today. And to the families, I'd just like to tell you all, really happy to have you here today. And I can guarantee you, whether it's your husband, your wife, your son, your daughter, your friend that is here graduating today, and who we are so happy to have as an employee, we're going to do our best to take care of them. So thank you all for being here today, and congratulations to all.
Thank you, Greg and Brian, for providing those awesome words of encouragement to our new transit professionals. It's really great to hear the path of our family members here at Metro and how they got here. And so with these messages, hopefully we can influence all of you to pursue your destiny here at Metro. So our next guest speaker will be Mr. Terrence Artis. He is the Superintendent of Street Operations. He will present the Transit Leader Pledge for the Transit Field Supervisors. Mr. Artis?
Good morning, everyone. Transit Field Supervisors, please rise. As a transit leader, please repeat after me. As a transit leader, I pledge to always be professional and provide quality service. I will lead from a place of empathy towards both internal and external customers. I will listen and be considerate when performing my duties. I will be responsive to customers' needs. I will be a pillar of trustworthiness and uphold WMATA's guiding principles. Safety will be the core of all my actions. This is my pledge to those I now serve and support. Thank you. I now call up Assistant Superintendent Kevin Smith to give the certificates.
Good morning, everyone. I'd like to congratulate all of the graduates. I want y'all to know that a lot of us started where you are now. There's a lot of growth here at WMATA. Welcome to the family. Our first graduate will be Supervisor Michael Murray. our next graduate will be Supervisor Anthony Howard. Our next graduate will be Supervisor Peter Snipes. And our next graduate, top of his class, Mr. Valedictorian, Supervisor Alonzo Holden.
And my apologies to Mr. Smith. I failed to acknowledge and introduce him, so I apologize for that, Mr. Smith. So our next presentation, I would like to call up Miss Shelley, well, wait a minute, give me 1 second. We have a lot going on. We had to make some changes. Okay, here we go, all right. I report to Miss Shelley Pote White, so I need to make sure that I'm on point. So I would like to bring up Miss Shelley Pote White for the Metro Pledge for the bus operators.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Operators, please stand. All right, so I purposefully did not practice this with them in the graduation practice, but I'm gonna see how well they do. I want you to repeat after me. You have this in your pamphlets, okay? This is the Metro, I love this pledge. Watch this. Ready? As a transit professional, I promise. I promise. To perform my duties and responsibilities with integrity, character, and as a good steward of the public trust. I will never compromise my own safety or the safety of my coworkers or customers. I will always have the courage to hold myself and others accountable for our actions. I will always uphold WMATA's guiding principles and serve this agency and the national capital region. Yeah. You may be seated, candidates. Who's ready to graduate? Okay. Mr. Dwyer, Mr. Edwards, please come to the front.
For the record, I'm not Mr. Dwyer,
Mr. Wilson, Instructor Moye, bring the certificate. We had so many graduates, we had to put our certificates in a cart. Usually we sit them here, but we moving forward in bus training. Give your graduates a hand. With the first row, please stand. Miss Joanna Alfaro. Mr. Momo Ali. Mr. Samuel Areda. Mr. Mula Belay. Miss Sherelle Braxton. Mr. Travell Brown. Mr. Eric Bird. Mr. Bird says sometimes you have to encourage yourself. Miss Scarlett Cabrera. Mr. Dunes Shillon. Gerard Craddock. The first row, please be seated. Second row, please stand. Good job, second row. Mr. Nahom Jabaravis. And I'm gonna ask that you hold your second applause until I finish the row, please, okay? Ms. Chantal Gooding. Mr. Nathaniel Hairston. Ms. Joanna Harris. Ms. Nicole Harshaw. Ms. Ayana Hawkins. Mr. Waylon Hawkins. Miss Alicia Holland. Mr. Dwayne Jackson. You're very welcome. Mr. Orlando Cornegay. Would the second row please be seated? Would the third row please stand? Ladies and gentlemen, bus training would like to recognize the next candidate as the valedictorian of class 2308, Miss Yvette Lassiter. Mr. Renee Macon. Can't you feel the excitement in the room? You don't know what they've been through, honestly. Mr. Charles Masters. Mr. Burton McKenzie. Mr. Mikael Miles. Mr. Sefu Mahler. Mr. Syrian Moore. Mr. Oluwafemi Ogunade. And Mr. Rondell Payton. Good job, row 3. Row 3, you may now be seated. Row 4, please stand.
Okay.
Good job, row 4. Mr. Harold Paz. Mr. George Perry. Mr. David Pfeiffer. Mr. Robert Philpott. Mr. Paris Randolph. Row 4, good job. Please be seated. Row 5, please stand. Mr. Leon Retta. Stalia Sanders. Miss Joy Smith. Mr. Andre Stanfield. Miss Alonda Thomas. Mr. Elvis Chamba. Miss Latasha Uzel. Mr. Eddie Valentine. Thank you. Mr. William Villatero. Clearly, we have some fan favorites. Mr. Shamar Wagner. Good job, row 5. Please be seated. Row 6, please stand. Mr. Brian Wall. You're welcome. Mr. Leroy Walters. Miss Latanya Ward. Miss Connie Washington. Mr. Jarrell Wright. Mr. Ricardo Wyatt. Mr. Stephen Young. And Mr. Azimra Ziliki. Good job, row 6. Please be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to introduce to you the accelerated class of class 2309. Before they stand, let me explain to you what accelerated means. These students have chosen our company, and when they came to our company, we've looked at their credentials and found that they were able to advance, leave a general class, move a little quicker, and we do a little bit more rigorous a different study for them. So they've moved on, they've graduated, and so I would like the class of 2309 and 2307 general to please stand. Mr. Tessegay Jabralasi. Miss Ebony Green. Mr. Carlos Hicks. Mr. Darnell Johnson. Mr. Isan Khalid. Mr. Isaiah Miller. Ladies and gentlemen, recognized for outstanding scholastic achievement and bus operator candidate accelerated class 2308, I would like to introduce accelerated class 2308 and 9. I would like to introduce to you the valedictorian of this accelerated class, Mr. Angelo Platter. Thank you, 08. 08 said, Mr. Brandon Smith. Mr. Wagon Tedesse. And Miss Jonette Washington. And ladies and gentlemen, last but certainly not least, it is always from our director that if you enter bus training, sometimes we have scheduling issues, all kind of things happen, but if you complete this program, he wants you to graduate. Representing the class of 2307, we are happy and pleased to announce Miss Devin Flowers. Thank you, candidates. You may be seated. All right, ladies and gentlemen, also graduating with this class are operators who were already line platform instructors. So those are the instructors that are with the students when they leave, the instructors in the white shirt. They took a rigorous course to help us prepare for classes this large, and today they are graduating. So with the non-passenger bus line platform instructors, please stand. Ladies and gentlemen, Instructor Michael Fletcher. Instructor Charles Forbes. Instructor Dwindle Grimes. Instructor Charles Hankerson. Instructor Paul Jones. Instructor Paul White. Instructor Keith Winston. Ladies and gentlemen, the last three names that I will be calling, as I mentioned, this is a rigorous course. There's a lot of testing to become an instructor, and there was a lot of testing to become a platform instructor to help this group. The last three names aced all of their tests. Bus training is recognizing Mr. Akil Nurdin. Bus training is recognizing Instructor Dion Andrews. And last but certainly not least, bus training is recognizing Instructor Andre Moxham. So when we have that three-way tie, we actually have to go to the times. Finishing and acing his exams and valedictorian, who is watching on live stream, he had to be away with his family. We are recognizing again Instructor Moxham as the class valedictorian. Platform instructors, please be seated. You can be seated, Mr. Emerson. Lastly, and certainly not least again, bus training would like to recognize the managers who are finishing exams, but they are watching live stream. So we would like to congratulate Ms. Latanya Pelt. Mr. Willie Peoples. Ms. Tanika Kearns. Ms. Kimberly Harmon. And Ms. Marquita Carter. Thank you.
Man, this is amazing to say the least. So I will be providing the closing remarks. Our normal person that will be providing the normal remarks are not here today. So I will step in and fill in for that particular person. But for me, July the 21st will be 33 years that I've had the opportunity to be a transit professional. And I recall back to 1990 when I first started and became a professional bus operator. And one of the things that was so significant for me and my family was the quality of life, how those things change, and the experiences and the opportunity which led to me being in this awesome place that we call Metro. And I'm grateful to be here because we have an extraordinary team here. This is a really awesome family that we have here at Metro. And I'm grateful to be a part of the success here. And so before I close, because there's a lot of food out there waiting for all of you, and I know that you want to embrace your family members and friends. But before we close, for me, I just like to acknowledge some individuals. Just so you know, it takes a whole lot for this to happen. And it's not just the awesome training department that we have here. There are so many departments here that contribute to the success of today's event. And so you take our human capital team who made it possible to bring in all of these awesome folks to be a part of the Metro family. You look at the safety and readiness team who keeps us safe and keep the authority moving forward. Our partners within the division. I know we have some of our service directors in that supports the division. If you can just stand up for us again, please. We got Miss Yvonne Manford. Kaya, I know that you are watching live stream, so Kaya Doughton. You have Anne-Marie Castrovinci, Jewel Bell, VP of Bus Transportation. And so last but not least, Mr. Jones, if you are watching, Mr. Stephen Jones, to be exact. I want to give a special thanks to the awesome training department. So the training department, if you can just kindly stand for us, please.